welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So today we are going to be doing a part 2. So if you have not seen part 1 that I uploaded last Wednesday, where I debunked MLM myths versus MLM facts, please go check that video out first. I will link it down below and I will also link it right up here, one of these sides. So definitely check that out first. So today we are going to be doing part 2 of that. Maybe we can even get a part 3 one day. But anyways, what this video is going to be is us debunking MLM myths or things that MLMers like to say. In particular, we do have the same MLM rep that we had last week. She is in Arbonne and she does what's called these 2-minute debunks, and she likes to attempt to debunk things that, in my opinion, there's no fact-based evidence on what she is saying. So I don't understand how she believes that she's debunking it. And I'm not trying to be mean or rude at all. I'm just being honest. I feel if you're debunking something, yes, you can go off of experience when speaking about the topic and go off your knowledge. You should also be able to cite some sources, which I'm going to be doing today. So that is going to be all for this video. I have my grande ice white chocolate mocha to join us, and let's get into today's video. So this is the first video that we are going to walk through today. This is going to be a 2-minute debunk.
Hey guys, okay, back with another 2-minute debunk, and this topic is something that I personally was very guilty of being skeptical and hesitant of, and it was that I didn't think the products were going to work. I didn't think that they were going to be any good. I associated network marketing companies and products with just ineffective results. And I didn't have any reason for that. I really hadn't tried many before Arbonne. I just had this automatic assumption based on knowing really nothing. And I think a lot of us are guilty of that. And so, of course, what happened is I saw a friend sharing her experience with the products, and they were really working for her. So I started to become open to the idea of at least trying it. I was looking for a lot of things in my life, one of them being energy at the time. And at the end of the day, you guys, like, you can do your research, you can ask for reviews, but the only way you're going to truly know if these products work and work for you is to try them. Everyone is different. Everyone's going to have a different experience. But the cool thing about Arbonne is they do offer an amazing 45-day return policy. So you can literally go through the entire 30-day program, for example, and still get your money back. Like, that's truly incredible. That just shows that they stand behind their products. And if anything, our products are superior to a lot of products on the market. We have so many certifications: vegan, cruelty-free, non-GMO. I mean, the list goes on and on. We're a B Corp cert as well. And that just really backs the fact that we do have quality products and quality ingredients in our products, and we have quality testing, and the products work, you guys. I love, love, love the products. That's why I share Arbonne. I don't love the products because I share Arbonne. I share Arbonne because I love the products, you guys. I fell in love with the 30 Days Healthy Living because they work. They're amazing. And I just cannot rave enough about it. So if you're worried about that, just give it a shot. You've got 45 days to get your money back.
So let's walk through this. You guys know by now, if you've been watching my channel, I like to quote what the rep is saying and then talk about it. So the first thing I want to talk about, I have my notes here, I have my computer here. She says she did not think the products would be good. In my opinion, I kind of agree that just because it's an MLM product doesn't mean it's going to be bad. So she said she didn't think the product would be good, and then when she tried it, she fell in love with it. And I agree that if you join an MLM, that doesn't mean the products suck. Now, there are some MLMs that the products sucked. I have reviewed a lot of MLM products thus far on my channel, and a lot of them were just disgusting, did nothing for me but give me a stomach ache for the next 3 days. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't have some products that she can benefit from or that can be good or taste good, whatever. The problem that I have with it is they are very, very, very overpriced, in my opinion, to compensate for the pyramid. So what I mean by that is a lot of the times I believe, this is just my theory, no one has come out saying this, but this is just what I think, that they have to overprice their products because they have to pay so many uplines. So for example, when you're in an MLM, say I'm in an MLM, right? And I'm your upline and you sell a product, I am going to get a cut of that sale. So they have to make sure, the company themselves have to make sure that they can still benefit and have a profit after that product is sold. sold, but also after they pay every single upline their cut of the sale. So they still need to make sure that they're making a profit on that sale too. So that's really my theory on why products are so overpriced. For example, she talked about the 30 days to healthy living for Arbonne. Ooh, it is just freaking, it's like normally $400 and something. When it's on sale, it's like $190, or if you're like a VIP member or some crazy thing like that. And all you get essentially is a bunch of powders and something telling you what you can and cannot eat during these 30 days to healthy living. I don't think that's worth it. I think that's very overpriced. If you want protein powders and things like that, you can go elsewhere. You can get better products for cheaper. So I think that's really the big issue. And then I think that this is a really good quote to look at from the FTC. It says, consider the products. MLM companies may sell quality items at competitive prices, but some offer goods that are overpriced, have questionable benefits, or are downright unsafe to use. For example, be very skeptical about health products advertised as having miracle ingredients or guaranteed results. Those claims are generally false or at least unproven, and at worst, the products could be dangerous. So that right there shows that yes, you really need to consider the products depending on what MLM you're joining, because even the FTC will tell you that some do have quality products, but some don't, and some MLMs even have products that are unsafe for you to use. So again, I'm trying to go over these debunks and actually debunk them with actual facts that have been brought upon by the FTC. So the FTC does say that. Then she said you can look at reviews, but you must try them to make sure the product's good. I agree with that to a certain extent, because every single person's body is different, right? So I have very dry skin, and I am currently on Accutane, which I've actually been talking about my Accutane journey over on my Instagram, but I have a very, just very dry skin. So if I'm going to look for a foundation and I look at the reviews and a bunch of ladies or men that have oily skin say the product sucks, but I have dry skin and it's a hydrating product, that means maybe I should give it a try because they have oily skin, they have a different skin type. So yes, there are different circumstances where maybe you should give the product a try, because every single person's body is different. So one person may not like a product while another person loves a product. So I can agree with that, but I'm a review gal. Before I buy something, I look at the reviews extensively. Generally, I'm someone that if there's just 2 bad reviews, I probably won't purchase it unless I see a lot of people talking good about it. But for example, let's think about this. I want to put a disclaimer out there that I am going to state eating disorders and things like that for a quick second. So trigger warning for anyone who can't hear that, just skip through about a minute or a couple seconds actually. But let's use an example here for the 30 days to healthy living, where it blocks out a bunch of food groups that you can't eat, and mostly you just are getting powders to consume. If a review on the 30 days to healthy living said that someone who used to struggle with an ED, this 30 days to healthy living program made her ED come back, and you, right, you're reading this review and you also have a past with eating disorders, are you going to fucking try that product where someone just said that it triggered her eating disorder and now she's back in that routine of struggling with her relationship with food? No, I would not recommend you try that product. So again, there's different circumstances for every single individual. For example, if you see a company that says it's making your hair fall out when you use their shampoo, and there's thousands and thousands of people saying that they have scalp sores and their hair's falling out, and there's lawsuits against it that haven't been settled yet, just all of these things, are you going to purchase that product? Hell no. I'm not even going to try it because the review is that bad. So she just wants you to, or wants to try and convince people on her Instagram to just try it out. Like, if it has bad reviews, that doesn't matter. You should try it for yourself. Again, I agree to a certain extent, but sometimes, no, you just shouldn't even try the product at all. Because I also believe that reviews are there for a reason. Reviews are there to help kind of educate you a little bit. So that's why I love going on like Sephora or Ulta's website, where they will have, when you write a review, you can put, if you have oily skin or dry skin, you can put your age, you can put all those things in the review so that people know if they can relate to you and they can make a better educated decision on whether they want to try that product or not. So that's the reason why I think reviews are really good. So the next thing she talks about is the 45-day return policy. This is honestly a huge tactic that all MLMs use. They will state, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee, or we have this or that, or whatever it may be. They're just using this as a tactic to get you to purchase it, and most of the time, I'm not saying with Arbonne, I'm just saying in general, ask people that have been in an MLM, and if you've been in an MLM and this has happened to you, please comment down below. But a lot of the times MLMs will say you have a 30-day money-back guarantee or 45-day return policy, whatever, and then when you do try and go return that product, it's a huge hassle. You generally have to spend a crap load of money to ship the stuff back because they're not going to give you a shipping label or anything like that where they'll pay for shipping, and then you struggle with even trying to sometimes get in contact with the company to return it in general. So I've had a lot of people come to me and state that they have tried to return an MLM product and they have struggled to return it, and by the time they got in contact with the company, they were out of the 45-day window or the 30-day window and they had to keep the product. So I just think that's a huge tactic, and I wouldn't always trust when someone says that. The last thing I want to talk about with this one, clearly with this 2-minute debunk where she says the products may suck. She says our products are superior because they're non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, whatever. I am actually going to link this down below because Arbonne does have a part on their website with all of their certifications because I do my research and I made sure to go and look at all of this. So they do state on their website what they are certified for and where they got certified at. So when it comes to like being vegan, they even state on their website, like we have been certified by vegansociety.com, whatever. The whole cruelty thing, I tried to look into PETA, P-E-T-A, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So on their website, they do have where they say they got certified cruelty-free by PETA, but I'm not sure. I tried to do some research on this, on how you even get certified with that site, because I always just thought that the best site to get certified from when it came to being cruelty-free was the whole Leaping Bunny certification, whatever. I'm not too familiar with cruelty-free items and stuff like that and the process to go through that. So I'd love to know down below about the PETA organization, because again, I tried to look into them and it kind of seemed like the only thing you had to do was agree that your products weren't used on like animals and stuff like that. But I wonder, do they actually research that? Like, does that organization actually look into your product to ensure that you are not using animal products and things like that? So I was a little confused by that. But anyways, beside the point, they do have all their certifications on their website, which I do appreciate. They even put the links to all of the places they have gotten their certifications, whatever. But just because you have a certification does not mean you're superior to everyone else, because guess what? There are other companies that sell the same type of product. They have better formulas for their products and they're cheaper. So I feel like when she says they're superior just because they have a certification, yes, I agree that it's great that you have a certification, but at the same time, there are many, many, many companies that sell what Arbonne sells what other companies, other MLM companies sell, but they're much cheaper, they're made better, they have better ingredients, and they're also certified. So definitely don't just look at an MLM and be like, oh, they have all the certifications, oh, we're good. No, there's a lot of other companies that do it too. So that's all I have to say about this video. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is talking about the whole, you don't have to have a large social media following. And again, I am making this video so that I don't really have to talk about these things again in the future. I know I said them in some of my past videos, but I really hope that this video is one that you can send to someone or educate someone on, or maybe you can even educate yourself even more with the links that I provide. And then in the future, all I have to do is reference this video and then we won't have to talk about it again. So that is a huge reason why I wanted to hit on these myths and debunks. Debunk with D. Someone said that we should call it that. Debunk with D. So let's listen to this one.
Guys, so I had an idea to do a fun little mini series on my Instagram where I just kind of debunk the most common hesitations that I hear when it comes to starting an Arbonne business. And my whole point is to keep it 2 minutes or under. So the first one that I wanted to touch on that I probably hear the most is, I don't have a large social media following. I don't think I can be successful in Arbonne. And that could not be more far from the truth. When I first started Arbonne, I only had about 1,300 Instagram followers, and I didn't even really utilize Facebook. I still don't really. So I was not a social media influencer. I don't have 10,000, 100,000 followers. I don't have the swipe up feature on my Instagram story. I'm just an average person who loves to share products that help enhance my life with other people. So that way I can help other people find those products as well. And honestly, I just want to say, like, social media following is not what determines who's successful in this business. There's somebody that can have 100,000 followers, but you don't know what their relationship is like with their followers. You don't know what the engagement is like. You don't even know if those followers are real or if they're paid for bots. And honestly, what gets a person to the top of this company is hard work, grit, passion, discipline, consistency, a heart for helping other people. So just because somebody has a ton of followers doesn't mean that they're automatically going to be successful in this business, because if they don't put in all the hard work and everything else that is needed to be successful, they won't be. So the fact that I was able to get to regional vice president, which is the third level of management of 4 with Arbonne, with only having 1,300 followers is truly amazing. I now have 2,500 followers. So that just goes to show you, the more you grow as a person, the more your influence will grow as well. So I hope this was helpful. If you guys have questions, please reach out. I kept it under 2 minutes.
Okay, so the first topic that I want to hit on is her saying she only had 1,300 followers. She was not an influencer, micro-influencer, or anything. Well, first off, 1,300 is a lot. I found a very great source that talks a lot of numbers and statistics that I'm going to link below. But let's read what they said. They said the average number of followers an Instagram individual has is 150. So keep that in mind. That means most people only have about 150 followers. So for her to have 1,300, that's already a lot more than the average person has. Then, this is huge. They say once a user crosses the 1,000 followers marker, you can expect more sales and micro-influencers. So that means that if you hit just the 1,000 follower mark, you can be like a micro-influencer and all of that good stuff. You can get brand deals. You can sell things. I know people. I know someone in particular actually that has, I think she has 2,000. Let me double check before I talk about it. Okay, no. So my girl has 3,000 Instagram followers and has many brand deals and worked with many companies. So in my opinion, having 1,000 or more Instagram followers can get you in the door with being able to do actual influencer marketing, and you can become a micro influencer. So my friend is actually an example of that. She's another YouTuber. I'll link her down below. But this right here, in my opinion, already debunks this, because the average individual has 150 followers. And if you only have 150 followers, they're probably mostly friends or family. So to sell to them is going to be much harder than someone who has 1,300 people to pick from. So I don't get that logic where they say you don't have to have a good amount of audience to sell to. Well, then who the freak are you going to sell to? Like, I don't get it. She then said a following does not matter because some people's following is fake. That's actually really true. There are some people out there, you guys actually do need to pay a lot of attention to that. Pay attention to their engagement. Look at the people that are liking their stuff. Are they robots? Are they like weird accounts that no one's following? They kind of look like fake accounts. Are their comments fake? Or are they someone that has a lot of followers but their engagement is crap, where they don't have a lot of likes or a lot of comments? I will also link down below the site called Social Blade. And Social Blade is a site that can actually help you tell if someone has a fake following or not, or if they're buying followers. My old upline, I've actually been keeping tabs on her and she's buying her followers again. You've got to love it. And all of a sudden, her engagement went up. She went from getting like 100 likes, 200 likes, and by the way, she has 16,000 followers to 1,000. So I'm like, something's going on, honey, and I'm gonna figure it out. So Social Blade, you can actually figure out if someone has a fake following or not. So I do agree with her. If you have a fake following, who are you gonna sell to? No one. You might as well have only 150 followers. So I agree. But if someone does have an authentic following, say of 20,000, why and how would that person with 20,000 not sell as much as someone with 1,000? They would sell way more product and recruit way more people because they have a larger pool of people to pick from. I don't get where she's like, oh, well, I only had 1,300. That's not a lot. And like, you can do it too. Well, everyone's different. So when someone does have a large following, they will be able to recruit more people and they will be more successful and they will have better odds of just going straight to the top of the pyramid. So again, I don't get it. I just think that she said that, and this is just a theory. I think she stated it that way. Like, a following doesn't matter because some people's following is fake. She did that to kind of bring everyone down to like her level, saying, oh no, if you only have 100, that's okay. Because like most people's are fake when they have a lot, which is not true. I guarantee if we actually did a study on how many people fake their following versus how many people have a real following, it would be a drastic percentage difference. And there would be a lot more people with an actual authentic following than those who buy their followers. So let's just move on. She then said, hard work, grit, passion, consistency, and a heart for helping people will be the thing that gets you to move forward. This is what really frustrates me because this happens a lot in MLMs. Uplines will say you didn't work hard enough, you weren't consistent enough, you weren't passionate enough, you didn't have grit, you didn't try and help people, you essentially just didn't work hard enough. And it's really sad that this is what is said to individuals in an MLM. It really makes them feel like shit and it makes them feel worthless, and it's actually really depressing, honestly. So it's sad that she said that because she was essentially like, oh, people who aren't at the top just didn't work hard enough. No, I'm sorry, there's just not enough room for everyone to make money. There are a lot of people who work hard. Please, my subscribers that are watching this right now, comment down below if you were in an MLM, how hard did you work? And let us know, how hard did you work and how high did you get in your MLM? Because if you talk to a lot of ex-MLM reps, most of them have worked their ass off to get to where they didn't get to go to. They tried hard to get there, but they couldn't, okay? Because there was no way it could happen. So with that being said, I want to read what the FTC has to say. So even the FTC says most people who join legitimate MLMs make little or no money. Some of them lose money. That does not mean most people just don't work hard enough. It just means that the MLM is set up for them to fail, essentially. So for even the FTC to come out and say, hey guys, most people lose money, you probably don't want to do this business opportunity, that just goes to show that a lot of people do work hard, but that's not what it comes down to. It comes down to a lot of other factors, including your social media following. Again, if I were to try and compete with someone who has 100,000 followers and I only have 7,000, who's gonna beat who? Let's logically think about it. So we both have authentic followings. Who's gonna beat who? Oh, and this was a good one. She said, those that do have a large following but don't work, they won't be successful. I'm sorry, but the problem is when you have a large following, you don't really have to work. Let's think of people like, Black China, right? I heard she joined Monet. Black China has a lot of followers, right? Millions of followers. All she has to do is make a fucking post about it and her ride or die fans are going to sign up. She doesn't have to do anything but make a post. She can have her assistant make a fucking post if she has an assistant, if she wanted to. So no, you don't have to work hard. You just have to post it on your social media once or twice and you're gonna get an influx of people signing up. So no, if you do have a large following, trust me, you don't have to work as hard. You actually end up, and it's really sad, you end up making money off the backs of other people. And that's essentially just what it is. You do need to have a social media following. And if you don't have a social media following, you really need to be sliding into people's DMs, cold messaging people, or signing up all your friends and family, point blank. Like, that's it. That's the only way you're going to make it. Let's listen to the next one that she has. This one goes along with you don't have a large social media following. And this one goes into the fact of I don't know a lot of people. So let's listen to what she has to say.
Hey guys, okay, I am back this week with another 2-minute debunk. So kind of piggybacking off of last week's, I don't have a big social media following, so I don't think I can be successful in Arbonne. This week I want to talk about the oh so common phrase, I don't know enough people to be successful. And I was super guilty of this when I first joined Arbonne and I had to throw a launch party. I was like, I don't even know who to invite. I was like, nobody's gonna show up. I don't know, like I don't have enough people in my inner circle. I just didn't have that network that some people do. And so it was definitely a fear of mine. I felt like afraid to feel stupid and just all of that. And so what I want to say to that is, first of all, you know way more people than you think you do. There are a lot of people interested in health and wellness products. So even the people that you never thought would be interested might even reach out to you about it. And the really cool thing about network marketing is it's not even necessarily about who you know. It's about who you know, who they know, and just kind of finding that like 6th degree of separation, right? Like I have people in my business that are in different states and even in different countries that I know no one at. And that's just like the genius part of the social network model. And so I just want to say, if that is a fear holding you back, get over that fear I love, Sandy always says this, fear stands for false evidence appearing real. And I promise that even if you feel like you don't know enough people to be successful in Arbonne, I had that same fear and hesitation. You definitely can still be successful.
Let's break this down, because I can't. In my notes, I said, how was this a debunk? Question mark. Again, let's go over it again if you did not see last week's video. A debunk is to expose the falseness of a myth, idea, or belief. Where did she debunk anything? I don't get it. Now, I do get that she is talking about her experience, which someone's experience can go a long way. Someone's experience can educate and help other people, and it can essentially debunk some things, but I don't agree with a lot of the things that she did say. So the first thing I want to talk about is she says you know more people than you think you do. How do you know that? How do you know that? Most people that I know don't have that many friends or family members because I am a military spouse, right? Been in the military myself. I joined when I was 17. I don't have many friends or people to reach out to. I just don't. So what happens when it's an individual that has no family and no friends? They're just someone who likes to stay in the house. They don't go out much. You're just gonna tell them like, you just know more people than you think you do. Like, you're just lying. Like, you are a liar. You're a fucking liar, bitch. You can ask people to join Arbonne. Make friends. Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, I don't get where they have this sense that everyone has friends and everyone has family, because not everybody does. So that kind of annoys me. Some of us are just loners out here. Like, I'm just by myself. I got my friends like Caleb, Melissa, Christina, but besides that, I'm just me. I just got myself. So I don't get why she says that. Another thing that makes me frustrated is where she talked about fear. She said fear stands for false evidence appearing real. People have real fears, okay? People can end up actually getting help from a therapist or a counselor about a fear that they have. So how are you gonna tell someone that has a fear that, oh, what you're thinking is just wrong, like it's just not real? These people, I don't know how many reaction videos I've done this far. A lot of them recently have just been making me feel like I'm crazy. Like the things that they're saying, it's like they're trying to make people think that it's all in their head. That if they make an excuse, like I don't have a lot of people or I don't know a lot of people to recruit, that it's just all in our fucking head and it's not the truth. Like no, a fear, there's nothing wrong with fear. Fear isn't fake. And then you guys know with all of these videos, I've tried to state something from the FTC. I've tried to do my research and ensure that I am actually debunking these things, because this debunk actually angers me. Like the whole don't know a lot of people thing. She wanted to say fear is essentially fake, that it's all in our head. That really frustrated me. And then the FTC actually does state, consider whether you have friends and family who will buy this product from you over and over again. Think about how you would find and keep regular customers. Can some people also find this product elsewhere for less? So right there, the FTC states that if you don't have friends and family that will buy your product over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you gotta figure out another plan. Like you gotta plan something else out. You gotta do some cold messages, you gotta find some regular customers, and you gotta make sure you're in an MLM that someone can't find a product similar for less somewhere else. Because they did have that question. They said, can people buy something like this product somewhere else maybe for less? With every MLM, trust me you guys, let me know if there's an MLM actually that you want me to essentially do alternative products for. I've already done a product alternative for Beachbody where I go over other pre-workouts, post-workouts, workout programs, and all of that stuff. I'll also link that down below. But I do have a video on that because there are a lot of companies out there that have the same concept as these MLMs do. So you can find products that MLMs have for way less. But essentially for this, it does matter if you know a lot of people. That is going to be the thing that gets you further because you can sell to more people and you're going to need people who want to stay in it. So essentially if you're recruiting people, you want people that are going to stay active each month. They're going to buy product each month. And if you don't have those people, it's like you're always running, right? So what I mean by that is in an MLM, every month you're running and running and running and it never ends, because what happens when you're in an MLM is you'll recruit people and then they'll quit the next month, or you'll recruit people and they don't buy product next month. And each month you're having to kind of build your team over and over again because you have so many people quitting or not wanting to buy products. So I just think that this is a whole bunch of BS. You do need to know people in order to get somewhere. Just like the FTC says, you really need to consider if you have people in your life that will keep buying your product over and over again. That's going to be the thing that helps you make a solid sales plan because you are a seller, you are a salesperson. But again, you guys, that is going to be all for this video. I hope that I didn't forget anything. If I did, I would just fix it in editing and chat with y'all, you know, editing with Deanna. But if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys on Friday.